Good afternoon. Christopher Leon Johnson here. So, City Hall steps here for the Safe Summer 2025 rally. They have it here on this beautiful May 30th, 2025. And I usually don't go live, but might as well. Gotta save some battery for later tonight. So right now, they having all the cure violence nonprofits that get government money that basically do nothing. Basically do nothing for the community. Basically do nothing. Rally and trying to say, oh, we gotta stop the violence in the summertime. But everybody know that that's not possible at all. So you have True to Life here for Staten Island. You have Elite Learners from Brooklyn. Life Camp from Queens. You have Man Up Inc. from Brooklyn. You have I Brag Rebrag from the Bronx. You have TMK from Brooklyn as Banks District. So you have the Public Advocate Advance Team right there. Adams right there. Adams there. And Adam Yulin is there. And yep, Adam Yulin is here, and so yeah, basically it's a lot of
You going to that little
Elm Core here. Elm Core. All the Cure Violence nonprofits here. All the Cure Violence nonprofits.
They are?
Yeah, Cure Violence. Look familiar. What's your name?
Maya.
Maya.
Yeah. These are all the CPGs?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who called this?
Huh?
Who called this meeting?
I think all the non-violence organizations. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, no problem.
Hi, how are you?
Look, from One City Rising? Or?
No, I'm actually with GOSO. You know GOSO?
Oh, I never heard of it. Oh, Save Harlem. Oh, not bad, yeah.
But I didn't know they were coming today.
Yeah. So, GOSO from Harlem, yeah. Save Harlem. Save Harlem. So, yeah. Yeah. So inside here today, they have the public safety committee executive budget hearing inside. The commissioner inside here right now. So outside City Hall, I know you guys can't see it. That you have like the Eagle team, not Eagle team, Hercules team is outside. Everybody that's what show the commissioner said they thinking that like you have Antifa. The thing is that look, every year during the executive budget hearing, you have like some of like the more like anti-cop protesters, anti-cop advocates. They come out and they want to like disrupt the commissioner. So they have to like find a way. They really can't do a lot. They can't arrest them all. But what the chair does every time is kick everybody out. When that happens, they kick everybody that's not a cop out. So what happens is now this time, just in case something bullshit happens, they got the Hercules team right outside waiting to do what they gotta do. And then you have the Hercules team. Yeah, the Hercules team. You have the Hercules team, and then you have inside. They have the whole department, the whole NYPD inside that damn chamber. Like every I think 3-star and above, like all the stuff, like the captain and shit, like all like the fucking executive, all the executive NYPD, they are all that shit. A lot of executive NYPD niggas. There's a lot of NYPD folks. A lot of executives. It's a lot of detail. They're not playing around. They got detail all over that shit. They have detail sitting down. Executive detail sitting down. Like her detail sitting down with his fucking earpiece out. I can see it from a mile away. So, but they're not playing around. Anybody try to crash it, they gonna get fucking arrested. So, especially under that commissioner, I think they were ready to lock everybody up for that shit. Try to disrupt that shit. So now, like I said, they're setting up the rally. They setting up the backdrop for the rally and stuff like that. So over here is all the nonprofits here. Elmcor, that represents Queens. Like I said, I care about human lives. I care about fucking human lives getting lost. I care about that stuff. But I'm not here. I'm testifying later on today. Let me turn this shit around if I can. I'm not here to testify on that today. I'm here to testify later on today. Hopefully I think Brandon has a debate at 5 o'clock. So against Levine. So he might not be here. So he might find a way to speed it up. So you have the debate, or they might just let Yusuf Salam take over the committee, be the chair of the committee, take over the committee for public testimony. But at the end of but at the same time, look. So yeah, at the end of the day, you have all the Cure Violence nonprofits here, all the Cure Violence nonprofits. Like I said, these are some good people here. These are some good people, but the system is all fucked up. The system is like is broken. It's a broken system. It's all about just lining money up to these nonprofits, and that's it. And I had a conversation with somebody. I'm not gonna say who they is, but they was like, "Yo, Christian, right?" And it was like, all it does is that when they do this is that it divides the community from the nonprofits. The community from the nonprofits. So Jamani should be here anytime soon. That's K Bain right there. But I care about what people lose their lives. So I gotta go.
That Frankie Nelson, his phone is on SOS.
A lot of people here this year.
Shit reflecting all that.
Family, if you're not on this side, you're on the wrong side. Let's get on this side one time, y'all, please. Thank you, family. Thank you. Everybody, I love you on this side. Let's get near these steps right here. All the family, on this side.
All the nonprofits here.
Yes, my friend. Oh, man. When I say human, you say justice. Human justice. Human justice. Human justice. I want to keep this brief. I want to be as positive in my energy and spirit as I possibly can be. As you know, when you do righteous work, when you put yourself in harm's way for the community, when you serve, obstacles, challenge, I'm going to call it hate, comes in many forms and fashions. We're dealing with all of those this morning. But no excuses, right? Today is the greatest day in the history of days. Say that back to me. Today is the greatest day in the history of days. One more time. Today is the greatest day in the history of days. Now that's the armor. That's the armor that we're going to put on all summer. When you wake up in the morning, right? When you get that body shot from life, you're going to say, today is the greatest day in the history of the day. Because 250,000 people didn't wake up this morning. That's a fact. That's every day. That's natural causes. So we're going to stay in that spirit, because when we get hit with those shots, when the funding don't exist, whoa, when the politician flips and flops with the trend, when your paycheck don't arrive, when the city don't support you, today is what? The greatest day in the history of days. Before there was a budget involved, before there was a CMS, before there was a Human Justice Network, before there was an Elite Learners, Man Up, black, brown people were taking care of our communities. You heard what I said? The people. Who was taking care of the community? The who? The who? The people. So because that's where we come from, that's our ancestors, that's our tradition, we are going to create the safest summer in the history of summers. We're going to do that again for New York City. We're going to do that again around the country. What happens in New York influences, inspires, and affects the nation and the world. What happens in New York City, there's a reason they call us a global city. We got that type of resonance. We got that type of impact on the planet Earth. 196,940,000 square miles. 57,255,000 square miles being land. 130. Come on, y'all. We're that impactful is the point. So that being said, today, all we're doing, take long, please come down here, King. Because there's certain borough leaders who are going to introduce for their borough the fact that we're going to stand together through Safe Summer. So the three guiding principles. Where's Khalid Quran Game? Where's Ambassador Brian? So the three guiding principles that we're gonna stand under the Safe Summer. They're gonna tell you those three principles. Our borough leaders are gonna talk and introduce the different leaders in the boroughs that are gonna lead the charge. And those principles are what are gonna help us have the safest summer in the history of summers. When I say Queens, make some noise. Yeah. When I say Brooklyn, make some noise. When I say the Bronx, make some noise. When we say Manhattan, make some noise. And last but definitely not least, Staten Island, make some noise. Those three guiding principles are what?
Strategic planning and community engagement.
What does that mean, y'all?
Take the time to strategically be effective in our community. We take the time to love appropriately, to serve one another. After that, we strategically do that. We take the time to know what it is that we're preparing ourselves for. Close collaboration is finding those individuals who have the same heart that we have, the same passion for change. After we find these people, we can't go and take them because now we know what we're doing together. And last but not least, community engagement. We find the need of community, we try our hardest to meet it. We're here to serve the people. We're here to remember where we started and keep the vision of where we're going. It's full of love, no hate. It's full of prosperity and growth, no stagnation.
Give it up, give it up.
Peace and blessings. Hotep, what's up, what's happening, all the greetings that are appropriate. Let me tell you, it is an absolute honor to stand before you. I'm here to welcome you to Safe Summer 2025. Give yourself a round of applause. This initiative, established under the leadership of Kay Bain, the Executive Director of Community Capacity Development, is in its what? 5th year?
That's right.
5th year. This is the 5th year. This is not even a New York thing. This is infectious. This is across the nation. You have people right now in places like this all over the country that are letting this be the landmark for the establishment of Safe Summer 2025. Let me tell you something. If you're waiting for somebody from the outside to come into the inside to help us do what we can do ourselves, don't hold your breath. The only way we're going to get this done is we as a community have to decide that enough's enough. And we have to set the standard. We have to lay the groundwork. We have to put the parameters in place to say this is what's acceptable and this is what's not acceptable. Violence in our community, gun violence, killing, maiming, hurting, disrespecting is no longer acceptable.
That's right.
So when I say 1, 2, 3, I want y'all to say no longer acceptable. 1, 2, 3.
No longer acceptable.
Just want to take this opportunity to present somebody who really needs no introduction. He's a brother who's been on the front line for a long, long time. He's had our front, our back, and our side. I love the brother. He's my friend. He's my comrade. I want to introduce to some and present to others our public advocate, Jumaane Williams.
I'm a little shook. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little shook. When I put the shirt on, I gotta have faith. All y'all that's teasing Halliburton, please stop. Leave that man alone for right now. He's a master of series, okay? Y'all with me?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I appreciate being here. I want to shout out my goddaughter though, who's doing amazing.
All right.
I always gotta shout out my brother, Kay Bain, my brother from another, just to see where he was causing mad trouble in the streets. Now causing mad good trouble in the streets. And that's an amazing art to see in the journey for a lot of folks. So let's give a hand for that. Public Advocate in the city of New York. I think we've really come a long way from when we were both in the council, how we talked about public safety, trying to convince folks to understand that while law enforcement can be partners, if you rely on them alone, we're going to have problems like we always do, generationally. And that even now, folks are trying to arrest the children of the people they arrested 20 years ago. If it didn't work 20 years ago, it's not going to work now, and you're going to cause more trauma in the community. What's frustrating to me, I think, is the fact all of the law enforcement lined up on City Hall to talk about what they were going to do to save summer. You wouldn't have enough room for the cameras that would be here. And the problem is just that. There's not an understanding that law enforcement alone is not what causes a safe summer. It is the work that you're doing. It is the work that the community does. It is a multi-tiered approach to public safety. No one entity can provide the safety that is needed to stop the bullets from flying. And without the work that you've done, irrespective of what the administration says, we would not be seeing the numbers that we saw. When we dealt with the abuse of the stop, question, and frisk 12 years ago, 2 years ago, we were told the sky would fall and everybody would start cleaning each other because black and brown people fall from it. We said, no, if you take the time to put in some things to address it, it won't. And there was the crisis management system. We started funding these organizations, and we started seeing the steepest decline we had ever seen in the city. We understand what makes people safe. One, we got to continue to fund these organizations and these groups. We need more money here. You can't have $11 billion in NYPD. What are we up to here? 100 million? And you struggle to get that when you need to get paid. Two, we need an infrastructure that actually honors and respects that the work that you do. Okay. The infrastructure has to be built. This is not an afterthought. That the city understands what you do, understands your function, and built into the fabric of how we talk about public safety. I thought we had an administration that was going to do that. I'm not going to get folks in trouble. It hasn't panned out the way I thought it was going to happen. But
for those of you who are going to be pushing for supporting our leaders, we have to support them only if they're going to build out this infrastructure so that public safety looks different than the way we grew up. It's really important. There's no reason that young people in the same community are getting shot or being stabbed in the same communities you grew up in. What we're doing works, and you have to lean into it. One of the major things that happened with the pandemic, when violence rose across the nation, really across the world, and the knee-jerk reaction was to go back to what we did. But I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for those that go in harm's way. There are those of you who have gotten shot trying to keep his neighborhood clean, to keep his neighborhood safe, and you haven't got the recognition you deserve. And you're still here. Summertime does not have to be a violent time. We know that. I'm thankful for everyone here. I'm thankful for K-Bay. I'm thankful for everybody who is planning a safe summer. I believe we can have a safe summer, and much of it is thanks to you. I appreciate y'all. Peace and blessings. I got the greens.
Thank you.
I'm a grown man. I'm a grown man.
Thank you.
So real quick, so there's politicians and elected officials. Elected officials do the work when the cameras are not there. Make some noise for the public advocate. All 5 boroughs are represented here. All 5 boroughs are represented here. The country and the world is represented here. Let's go to Queens. There's a sister named Saida Dunstan.
Hear me? Yes. We don't need bullhorns. We don't need mics. We got heart.
That's right.
So, Kay introduced me. My name is Saida Dunstan. I'm the CEO of L4. We always say this wherever we go. We are the oldest Black-founded, Black-led, Black-sustained sure that other nonprofits and other community organizations that look like us know it can be done. Yep. And it can be done before they gave us money. We did this work without a contract, without anything. So every time an elected official or any administration thinks that they can stop us, we just keep coming. K-Bay is not a normal human being. He is an extraordinary man. Because it takes an extraordinary man to ask a woman to say, stand up for our community in a group that establishes a space that says that men are the only people. But I will always say I'm happy to represent the women that are here, because without us, they will forget you.
Say that.
Without us, they will forget you, and we will never allow them to forget you. So when Kay said earlier about the people and how long we've done it, you've seen it, the folks in Elmore wear this shirt. This is not our slogan. The people in the community said people for the people. So I'm going to ask you guys to count to three times, because I'm Muslim, and that's sunnah, which means that it becomes the ground that we stand on. So I'm going to ask you 3 times after I say 1, 2, 3 to say people for the people. You guys are ready?
Yeah.
I want everybody in City Hall to regret the fact that they didn't just give us a mic, because it might have been a little bit more quiet. But now that you want to hear us, you're going to hear us. Are we on mission?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
People for the people.
People for the people.
People for the people.
That's who we are. That's what we always will be. There is no funding that you can take from communities that we will not take back. It has always been that. It will always be that. It will always be that. It will always be that. We have been making ourselves safe for centuries. No one has ever kept us safe but us. And I think that that's important to say, because when our young people are looking at us and they don't have an answer, you survived this long. Let them know you know how to keep people safe. So if there's any other organizations from Queens,
Who's here for Queens? Queens worker. Okay. Step up, Queens.
Step up, say a word to the people. It only makes sense that two queens from Queens be talking. First of all, I want to say you're beautiful. Yeah. We are beautiful. Yeah. Yes. And we are here. Yeah. And one of us takes 1,000 and two of us put 10,000 to fight. That may sound like a cliche and something I say, but that's something I believe in. I'm a person that stands here and predominantly my whole life I've worked this work. But I'm one that don't get a salary. That's the difference. So I stand here with my heart.
That's right.
You understand? I stand here with my father who did 33 years in prison. You understand? For those kids, I'm a project baby. So I always want to be a voice that's realistic. A project baby that came from nothing, 2 degrees, and I'm the CEO and founder of my company. With that being said, because I don't want to look past you, Kay. We need men like this. We're kings, not because they say it, but because God said it. Right. We're queens, not because they said it, but because God said it. Yeah. And when you understand that, and this is important, and I will shut up, because we know this is about strategic plan. That's going to always happen. We have to come together corporately like this and strategically plan because they got a strategy and we got to have one. So this is about collaboration. We get together. Like you said, a queen from Queens. We're queens from Queens. We got to collaborate and communicate. That's key. That's key. But those are plans. I want you to understand something. If I drop dead today, I want our men. I love you. I love you. I appreciate you. Our woman, I love you. Understand that we're here, but we're not citizens of this place. We're citizens of a different kingdom. We are kings and queens. I know you've been hearing that. But in order for them to believe us, this is what we got to do. And this is what we got to... Our example, what we do in these schools, what we do with our kids, they're watching us by example. Not what we say, how we treat each other, how we talk to each other, how we communicate with each other. It matters. With that being said, Kay, and I mean this, because I came from another state, because Rose couldn't be here, because she's using, but God's plans is better. You're a king in this time. And when you up here, when you come from up here, when someone falls or they snatch the rug from you when you up here, it hurts different from when you fall from down here. But when you stand with your shoulders squared and say, no, this is not a job. This is not a 9 to 5. This is a calling. You understand, Kay? I respect you. I salute you. I love you. I love you. Politicians, they're here for the TV. They're here when it's good. They're here when it looks good for them. But when you can stand knowing that you're going to be beat up when you stand, that's a real politician. Those are the politicians. And get out the way because there are 4 other boroughs. So we want to make sure that everything is safe. But I also just want to give just a reminder to us, because I am from Queens, so I have to do this. Last week was the 100th birthday of Malcolm X. When I was alive, I'm a little younger than that, but it's still my neighborhood, still my hood. And I think that that's the things that we have to remind everybody in our respective boroughs. When you guys are doing safe passages, when y'all are doing walk these young people and let them know who used to be in their neighborhoods. Let them know who was there before them. Let them pay some respect to who was there, because everywhere that you have been, there has been someone like you doing the work. And you have to let them know, because they won't know that they're supposed to be standing when you're standing if they don't know that there was a bunch of people before and they are just a middle passage and not the one that they thought they made for us on the opposite side. So, Jamani, I'm going to give you a super shout out before I hand it back to Kay to get to the next borough, because we talk about electeds and we talk about politicians and we talk about all that stuff. That is not who you are. That is not who you are. You are somebody's child. And I say that because there's a lot of venom that comes when you stand up for your community, and we forget too that we're all somebody's people.
Yeah.
So when you see somebody's people, treat them like you want somebody to treat your people. Okay?
Got a little emotional real quick. You know what I mean? But I'm masculine enough to let you know I'm feeling a little spirit. We got a couple boroughs, Taylor, Manhattan. Tay, can I get you up here? We're talking about having a safe summer, and so there are certain pillars in community. Now, Taylor is all 5 boroughs. I don't want to disrespect them by limiting them to one borough. And a lot of us do that, right? We move in and out of these 5 boroughs like nothing. Taylor's going to address us and talk about his vision for Safe Summer. He's also going to introduce some leadership. I see Save is here, so we're going to hear from some of our comrades from Harlem World. I'm going to leave it to you, Tay. Yes.
My vision of Safe Summer, huh? This is my vision of Safe Summer. Who street?
Our streets.
Who street?
Our streets.
Who street?
Our streets.
Yeah, these are our streets, and we're gonna make sure that this summer that they our streets. I love the fact of being here amongst this camaraderie. I love the fact of being able to work in between the boroughs. I see Cecil West here. I see Saved here, which I'm gonna call my brother Omar up. You know, to say a couple of words in a minute. But we have to be able to work together. We have to be able to overlap each other's initiatives, resources, and things of that nature. You know, and I think one thing that we also need to do is hear from our youth. So I'm gonna ask my nephew to come up, please, and please address what a safe summer means to him.
Thank you. All right, nephew.
Safe Summer to me looks like what it is, what's standing in front of us right now. Vocalization, let's talk.
So Chris Johnson here. So I gotta go uptown, midtown. Gotta check something out before I head back down here for the 2 o'clock, like 2:30, 2 o'clock-ish hearing they have for the public testimony. So I'm about to. So take care. Later.